Hello, my sweet friends. It's Wendy, and today we are doing some awesome Dollar Tree hacks and organizing. I've got 30 new ideas to share with you, so without further ado, let's get started. So we are starting with a hack that might be one of my favorites. I found these inflatable cell phone cases last summer, actually, and I thought they'd be awesome to use out by the pool. But then I thought they could be used for something much more useful and on the daily, especially for our grandbabies. They come with a clip-on strap, but if you attach it to the case, I'm just using hot glue on the long side, and I did this on the pretty side with the summery design because the back side is completely clear, and if you stick your cell phone in there and then close it all up, and it's now facing out, you can drape it over the headrest in your car so that your little backseat passenger can watch some CoComelon, which is my sweet little Junior's favorite cartoon, and that just might make for a more comfortable drive for everyone. For this next idea, I wanted to find something to put my car registration and insurance documents in, so I headed to the stationery and school supply aisle. And there were lots of options, most of which were like binder pouches for pencils and pens. And I ended up grabbing this black pouch with a strap, and it's kind of like made out of nylon material of some sort. It has an extra pocket in the front, so in case you get a ticket, you could stick it in there so you don't lose it, but just don't get any tickets. So even though you know what's inside of this, I thought I would give it some cuteness. So I'm going to use my CRICUT and some scrap white vinyl. Now this one is going to be for my daughter, and I think on mine I'll just probably put registration and insurance documents, something like that. I don't know, but I just wanted to give it some more cuteness, and so I'm going to put that on the back of this pouch. So I'm going to use this opportunity to poke in a handmade Christmas card and a note from a sweet viewer, Joanne, who sent me a mega perky prize. It was 2 whole boxes of Dollar Tree supplies and some other sweet goodies, and I'll be showing some other perky prizes throughout this video, but thank you so much, Joanne. That was so very kind of you, and I'll just slip my faux documents into my pouch and stick them into the glove compartment for easy access. So in the automotive aisle, I picked up this little guy, and have you ever found something you didn't know you needed, but it basically just finds you? Well, that's exactly what this was for me, and you just plunk it into your cup holder so that you can still put your water bottle in it, and then my cell phone and other stuff, so I don't have to dig around in my purse. But my cell phone always slides around when it's in that middle opening you see here, and since I've been using this, I found that it's more secure in that middle slot instead of the back one. But yeah, super handy, and you can keep your eyes on the road when you're putting on your lips. So I'm still doing car hacks, but these sachets have lots of uses. I tuck a 2-pack under my seat for some smelly goodness, and then when the goodness goes away, I just switch it out with another one. I actually started doing this when one accidentally fell out of my Dollar Tree bag, and then the next time I got in my car, it just smelled so good. But you can also separate them and use them as a single envelope in your dresser drawers or your linen closets. And I just kind of shake them up if they've been sitting for a while so that it activates that scent. I also like to pull the innards out or the insides out, and it kind of looks like a little tea bag, but I can also stash those anywhere and the scent just lingers and smells so good. I didn't do a video of making this arrangement in my Dollar Tree tombstone dough bowl, but I think it turned out so pretty. Anyway, you can just tuck that in there and cover it up with the greenery and you can't even see it, but you can smell it. You can pop it into planters or even under your sofa cushions to always have that smelly goodness around the house. So I'm sure you guys have probably seen these Walmart crates. They're $14.48 right now, and I use these as is for a number of things. One way you can use it is to make an emergency bin for your car, and I put a Dollar Tree fabric bin in, and I'm going to put that inside for more compartments, and then I'll add a roll of paper towels, some toilet paper, because you never know when you're going to break down and you need that, a small blanket, a water bottle, If you have babies, you can always use an extra diaper and wipes. And we don't have any grandbabies that still fit in this teeny tiny little diaper, but I thought it was so cute. Wipes we can use whether we have babies or not. And then here's another Dollar Tree zipper pouch that's great for keeping pens and coloring sheets together. I'm going to pop that into the back. A few books for some light reading. And Dollar Tree always seems to have some Jesus coloring books and regular books, and I love that. You can put crayons and colored pencils in this Dollar Tree collapsible container, and I found this in the Crafter's Square. And then add a flashlight, and this belongs to our 24-year-old Kennedy. But isn't he adorable? But you could also make this an adult emergency box, and not just for the littles. Oh, and then I saw my mom's red umbrella. So that's another necessity for emergencies that I should have thought of. But you can put all of this in your trunk or the back of your SUV. And if you ever get stranded or forgot something, you can get it from your emergency crate. And it won't slide around like my plastic bins used to. And did you see my license plate? So I'll get back to my crate ideas in a second, but this is a super random idea. We wanted a wall of cabinets, but we have our sprinkler box doohickey in the way. So this is a Michael J. fix, and I thought this was so brilliant. He got some rough measurements and cut the shape of all those components out of the back of these really cheapy cabinets so that it'll go up against the wall and it's all streamlined in the front. I just thought that was so smart of him. And it's not real pretty on the inside, but nobody's going to be looking. And then when he put the shelves back in, he cut a little notch for that PVC conduit stuff in there. And you see he just threw everything in there for right now. But when you close it, it's clean. And I wanted to show you actually the rest of the garage, well, the start of it anyway. He wanted kind of an outdoor workspace slash kitchen. So here's the beginning of it, but I'll show you the final result in another video. So back to our crate ideas. You probably already do this, but keeping blankets in these just looks so pretty, especially in the winter. I'm trying to cut out my 4th of July decor that's above it because it's 106 here. But here's the original idea that I wanted to show you and what we did with one of these crates. So if you take off the front 4 slats of the crate, they're just stapled in or brad nailed, whatever, I don't know, but they're really easy to pull off. We were having a problem. We have a big dog, Lola, and we used to have a little dog, Ozzy, and Lola would always eat Ozzy's food. So what we did was put Ozzy's food underneath the crate, and then Lola's would go on top, and that way Lola couldn't get to Ozzy's food. So if you have a big dog and a little dog, and this is a problem, this is a great solution that looks pretty cute too. Now, sadly, we lost our little Ozzy 3 years ago, but I found other ways to use it, and here I'm displaying it as a decorative tray on our bed. And that pretty wood cross was another perky prize from a sweet viewer. And then also every time I have to straighten my hair, I use it as a tray with my mirror and my straightener and my brush, and I can sit and watch TV because straightening my hair takes forever. Cadence is doing such a good job of totally faking straightening her own hair. She doesn't have to do this, and we don't want to ruin her hair. And it's also perfect for our bottomless pit Carson, who can sit and eat and watch TV at the same time. So while I was filming this video, I caught this sweet little gem. This is Connor, and he is playing like his grandma and making his own YouTube video with his tools, ladder, and tripod. And oh my goodness, he is just so adorable. So another little hack I have is to grab one of these earbud holders. At least that's what I think they're used for. It's actually tagged as a tech case, so I guess you can put other tech things in there. But this would also be perfect to put your daily pills in if you're going on a day trip, or maybe some aspirin, so you have them on hand when you're not at home. And I really don't like when they rustle around, you know, that sound that they jingle around in your purse and stuff. But anyway, I use it to hold one of my rosaries so I can carry it in my purse and it doesn't get all tangled and broken at the bottom, and I can pray on the go. So we have this shelf in the living room, and it's kind of set back and covered by shadows. So I picked up 3 of these pop lights. Make sure you do not pick up one of these. I thought it was a pop light, but it's a strobe light for Halloween. That was a surprise. Anyway, I'm just going to add my batteries, and you can pop these behind whatever decor you have on the shelf, and then it just gives it a really, really pretty glow. I got this beautiful Jesus picture from my kids for Mother's Day, and The glow on it at night is just so pretty, especially against this. Here it is at night, and I just love the ambiance that this sets, because remember, first you got to set the mood. Now, I've shown you guys these hooks once before, but I thought I should include it with these decorating helps. If you guys have a shiplap wall and don't want to make nail holes in it, these hooks I found on Amazon are perfect to keep from having to do that. The physics here are pretty brilliant because the weight of whatever you're hanging from it keeps it secure. But I do add a piece of painter's tape at the bottom to keep it from shifting while I'm hanging something on it. Now, this is the wall I use for my project reveals, so I'm constantly changing it. And I also painted mine white so that it blends in better with my wall. And you can see here it can handle the larger wall hangings too, and I never have to worry about ruining my beautiful shiplap or wasting money on 7011D command hook adhesive strips. If you are familiar with the scripture in Isaiah about finding beauty from ashes, that is how a lot of these hacks and ideas come about. My sweet Michael J was doing laundry, and this was the second time he dropped the smelly good beads that you throw in the washing machine. And this is him in his adorable bathrobe trying to explain that the caps are defective and not him. So I grabbed my camera to film him because we were gonna have to recreate the scene for this video, but this is real life and authentic. So he cleaned up the mess with our handheld vacuum, and that was that. But the next time I used it, those beads rolled around inside and poofs out the best fragrance ever. And also it keeps your vacuum from having that musty dirt smell that builds up over time. And that just goes to show you there's no use crying over spilled laundry beads. So Dollar Tree carries a lot of great cleaning supplies, and you just can't beat only paying $1.25 for these cleaners unless you do beat it by getting the Big Daddy bottles that are usually on the bottom shelf. And then go ahead and grab 3 of their spray bottles. I ended up grabbing 4. They have a few pretty cute colored spray tops, but I'm going to just grab the black ones. And you know I love to label everything, and this is a great way to use up your vinyl scraps. For these, I'm using the font Asteroid, and I'm going to make 3 labels, one for glass cleaner, one for regular surface cleaning, and then one for carpet and rug spots. And I thought it would be really cute to apply these at an angle. So number one, it's cute, but also you can see the whole word. And this took no time at all. And I just filled them with the products. And then talk about me only retaining water. I cannot for the life of me ever remember getting this little rubber funnel I found in my drawer. It just magically appeared from out of nowhere. I don't know where it came from, but it sure is handy. Anyway, I'm just gonna twist those tops back on and twist open the little sprayer noses to use them. And while I was cleaning stuff out, I found this mini-me bottle of Swiffer juice. And they usually come in the package when you buy a new Swiffer wet jet set. But I love the smell of the Swiffer stuff, but I did have to have Michael J open the top because it's not a regular screw-on. But for small spills on the floor, I don't always need to go pull out the whole mop situation. I can just spray a little Swiffer juice now and use a paper towel to clean up those small spills. And I'm going to show you these again in a few, but look how cute and organized they look just because they're all the same. So now on to everyone's favorite, cleaning the bathroom. I'm going to take a Dollar Tree caddy and an assortment of their different cleaning supplies to fill it. This little scrub brush that you can use pretty much everywhere, and these adorable little sponges. Flushable wipes are super useful for cleaning the toilet because you can just flush them when you're done. A mini sweeper and dustpan, just a bunch of super cute stuff. And you have to be mindful of the sizes of these cleaners because the caddies are pretty lightweight and the compartments won't fit, you know, the larger bottles. But that's kind of the point here. And I'm going to put in all of the supplies and distribute the weight evenly so it's not side heavy when you carry it from one bathroom to the other. I think this would also be a great housewarming gift. Not a really fun one, so you might want to add a plant or something to your gift, but now you can keep your bathroom cleaning caddy under the sink. Everything's all together and mobile for you, so if you have more than one bathroom, you can carry it to the next one. Now, I'm sure everyone uses or knows about the Mr. Clean Magic Stain Erasers, and I think these are a must to have to keep your home sparkling clean. You can get them a little bit cheaper at Walmart. They're about 91 cents per pad in the 6-pack, but usually we don't need a whole pad for every use. So I cut them down and put them in a pretty glass container, and they're white, so they're gonna match any decor. I display them with some other white cleaning supplies. In the corner of my laundry room counter, I have some Swiffer sweeper pads, some white laundry detergent, which is 100% just for the looks, and then my erasers. And for years, I've kept the full-size pads in this Walmart drawer dealio. I have my duster wall covers in there, the overflow of Swiffer pads, dryer sheets, and I had washing machine tabs in the bottom. But I'm going to update my system a little, starting with our dryer sheets. And I made this cute little tray a while back in another video, and we still use that. And my original idea was to put your overflow items into pencil boxes, which is still a great option. And then I use my tray as the functional decor that you use every day. Plus it makes the laundry room smell really great. And I would stack my pencil boxes in the cupboard above, but I wanted them to all match. And when I went to Dollar Tree to get new ones, they didn't have any at all. So I went to Plan B and found these little bins, and I'm going to replace everything, including these 2 Dollar Tree boxes from days gone by. These new ones are still good, but they're a little more flimsy than the older ones, but they just don't make them like they used to. So I'm going to transfer all of my furniture pads, my felt pads, some washing machine cleaning tabs, Lola's poo bags that we always keep on hand, my dryer sheets and magic erasers. I used a total of 8 bins, and then I labeled them with white vinyl using the font Bambi Bold, and I'll have all of this linked in the description box below. So in my life before cutting machines, I was always a labeler. And for our 10th anniversary, Michael J got me a fancy Dymo portable label maker. Best gift ever. And I kept the placement pretty much the same, so I just left them how they were, but you can see that some of them are still there. I have my cleaning label and my Swiffer pad label. And goodness, you'd think that I was being sponsored by Swiffer, but I am really not. I just use a lot of Swiffer. So I put the cleaners and things like bug spray and things we don't use every day in a couple of white Dollar Tree baskets. And I put those at the very tippy top with the Big Daddy refill bottles. And I decided to put our laundry detergent and fabric softener and stuff like that in the bottom cabinet, so I'd have room for my beautiful new spray bottles. And oh my word, I love looking at this cabinet. I like to walk by and just peek in every now and then, and it kind of motivates me to clean. Well, kind of, not really. So you saw that I keep in one of my bins an assortment of Dollar Tree felt pads and those rubber pads because I use these everywhere. And I have this tray that my brother-in-law and sister-in-law made for us a while back, and it's super heavy. So I put the big round ones on the bottom of my tray, and you can see I'm just changing one of them out for this video, and the other ones are a little bit worn. But this is the tray where we keep our coffee machine. So of course I need it to be cute with my Dollar Tree planter, canisters for cinnamon and sugar, and this adorable little pitcher that I usually have stirrers in, but I'm out, so I just tucked in some plastic spoons. And now I can slide it around and put it wherever I want, but it makes cleaning the counters a lot easier. And I also keep a small white saucer there for wet stirrers or the drippy coffee pods. And because this is under the cabinet, I have to pull it out in order to lift the lid and add water and put the pod in, and then I can just slide it right back into place once I push go. You can also use them for the inside of your cabinets. I have these little rubber ones from Dollar Tree that I put on there because our bedroom is right behind this wall, so every time somebody would close the cabinet, it would sound like an earthquake. But when you put these on, here's what it sounds like. If you have blanket ladders that lean up against the wall, sometimes it can get scraped up, and we had just repainted this and already there was a mark behind there, and it just happens, it's the way it is. And I just realized the same sister-in-law and brother-in-law that made our tray made this ladder, but I'm going to take one of these long pieces of felt and cut that down so that I can stick this onto the back of where the ladder hits the wall. So now it's not going to make those scrapes and I don't have to keep painting my wall behind it. And this is a project that we're going to be doing in just a minute, but again, I had to take out my new bin and put some little feetsies on this so that it's nice and soft when you move it around. But I'm telling you, you should always keep these on hand because they come in handy for a lot of things. So when I was out getting my bins for the laundry room, I found these adorable bird suet baskets, and I knew exactly what I could use them for, but I ended up changing my mind and used them a little differently. So I wanted to show you my original thought. I thought I could just make this attached to the bottom of this home sign, maybe add a little better wreath to it and fluff it up a little bit. But the sign itself is already super cutie patootie and you wouldn't have to paint it. You could paint the little baskets if you wanted to, paint them black or white or whatever. But for where I want to put mine, I'm going to use this cute little Valentine's Day house wood board thingy because I need mine to go up and down. And this kind of reminds me of those old fashioned, you know, like from the 70s, those mail holders. But that's what this is going to be. And so I'm going to take an envelope and see how far apart these need to be. And then I'm going to take some Dollar Tree ribbon. I found this home ribbon that I haven't been able to use for anything yet. And it was the perfect color, the perfect size, and was going to work perfectly for this project. So I just took a little strip and cut it down. And then I'm going to feed it through that suet holder thingy or the suet basket so that I can glue it down, and that's what's actually going to hold the basket to the board. I was trying to find a way to make this a little bit easier so you didn't have to use a nylon zip tie or drill holes or anything like that. So we should be able to do a lot with our glue gun, and that's what I'm doing here. So I'm just going to add that glue and then get those pieces of ribbon in place, and then I'm going to flip it over and attach it in the back with some more hot glue so that it's nice and secure. Now, originally where this was going to be, this is going to be a mail holder because I have to have Michael J take the mail whenever he leaves. So sometimes he forgets it and I just set it on top of the washing machine. So this way he's going to see it right before he goes out. And then I just use my CRICUT to make incoming and outgoing with my words. And this is Autumn and November is the font for this one. But when I went to go hang this up, I'm so bummed because I forgot we have an alarm pad right here. So now I hung it there still for the video. I'm going to have to move it to the door because I'm on a ladder here. I can't reach the outgoing mail compartment. So sadly, it looks really cute here, but that darn pad is right there. So I'm just too short. Now I'll have to move it. So we all know how to cover a shelf with some Dollar Tree shelf paper, and I use a chopper to get the bubbles out and get those tucked into the sides. So when our kids were younger, they would put the dishes away and they kind of always just piled the pots and pans up in the cupboard. And we had these same pull-out shelves in the house before this one, but I'd have to go back and rearrange them the way they were supposed to be. And I always kind of joked about doing this. But even now, after they've moved out, a certain someone does the exact same thing. So here's a way to possibly remedy that. Just use a Sharpie to trace around the lids so it's easy to see exactly where they go. But also, I would encourage you to not get too irritated if they don't get placed properly. And just remember, we're blessed that they unloaded the dishwasher in the first place. When Dollar Tree sets out their back-to-school items in probably a couple of months or so, I found these colorful binders, and I'm a big binder organization person. Now, I already have my set of binders, so I'm making these for my daughter, and these are so cute when we're done. So I went to my CRICUT design space, and I'm going to set up my squares and make the colors, or close to the colors, of the binders so I can see what they look like and how I want them laid out. I'm going to make labels using the font Arial black, so it's super simple. And then I have a 3-hole punch that I got from Walmart, and so I put all of my important papers in the corresponding binders. So in the documents binder, I'll have like all of my kids' birth certificates and baptismal records, their social security card copies and driver's licenses, everything that you need. In the vehicles, I'll have the pink slips and the registrations and all of those goodies. But you could do this like for each individual child. You could do schoolwork or art projects, chore lists. I mean, it's endless. You can use these for anything, but you can also set these out and they're super pretty and will help you corral all of that paper clutter that you don't want laying around. If you're like me, you have lots of blankets. You can never have too many. And actually, that's not true. You can have too many. So I only have sentimental blankets nowadays. But I got this rack off of Facebook Marketplace, and I'm putting it on the inside of our closet door in the hallway. And I just roll up all the baby blankets and me blankets, and I'm going to tuck these into these baskets. And just like that, you have extra blanket storage using that prime real estate on the back side of your closet doors. So you guys know I redid my craft room recently, and this has become my battery storage bin. And if you have these at home, now I use a lot of batteries, but there's always open packages and they fall out of there. I have a little jar for those little disc batteries, but I decided I was going to go ahead and organize these finally once and for all. I picked up 3 of these Dollar Tree organizers for your desk, and I'm going to take some mini nylon zip ties and just attach these together. It's kind of hard to see how I'm doing that, and because this has like that grid or the mesh, you're just going to go inside those mesh little openings and then come around to attach them and then click that zip tie into place and then cut off the excess. And then it's done. That's all you have to do. And then you can just place your batteries in here. Now, this way you can see how many you have. I have a freakishly large amount of batteries because of what I do. And look how much garbage I got rid of from all of those packages. You might not have this many, but it is good to have them on hand. But now I can see how many I need and what I'm low on. But it's just super organized, and you can place this in a drawer. And I love that it's all together now. Now, if you don't have this many batteries, you can also pick up these felt bins, also in the school supply section. And I like these because they have a main tray or a bottom tray, and then you can mix and match depending on whatever your needs are. This is good for a desk too, and I think they're super cute in this dark gray felt. But this way you can keep your battery storage all in one place. Again, put it in a drawer, and you have all of your batteries handy and ready to go. So this isn't really a hack, it's more of just a tip, but I think having different colored hangers makes a closet look messy just because there's no uniformity. Now, I didn't even straighten up my hangers or anything because I want to show you how such a small detail makes such a huge difference in my opinion. Now we also have the wood hangers, and those can get kind of expensive, but over the years I just buy a few at a time, so it wasn't such a blow to the budget. But look how much better it looks. And you know how the plastic hangers start sagging over time when you hang pants on them? If you use these baby hangers from the Dollar Tree, according to my friend, and she's been doing this for years, so she assures me they will not sag. I guess because it's shorter, but it also saves a lot of depth space in your closet. And I really didn't think that Michael J's pants would fit on these because they're larger, you know, but they did. So I think this is a really great way to hang your pants and make your closet look better at the same time. So a while back in my very first organization video, I made a rack to hold my Rubbermaid lids, and I'm going to do the same thing, but we're doing it a little bit differently. I'm using a Dollar Tree bin. This one's a little bit different shape, but it still fits the rack that we're going to be using. So you could cut the legs off of this, but it's a little bit easier if you just fold them in and then pop that into your bin. But once you get it in there, you can actually pop it for this particular size. I don't know if it would do it with every one of them, but once it's in there and it pops in place, it's not coming out. So I don't really use makeup palettes, but my daughter does. Well, both of my daughters do actually. And I found these in our spare bathroom. Somebody had left them here, and I think this is a perfect place to stash your palettes. If you have different sizes and shapes, they'll go perfectly in there. But I use for my own personal makeup this adorable little makeup bag that was sent to me for Christmas one year from Lori, a sweet viewer, and I love it so much. I stick this under my cabinet, under my sink, and you can see here I'm just kind of showing you what the palette holder would look like. This has already gone over to our older daughter's house, so I'm sure she's putting it to good use. So I want to take just a few seconds to share some family highlights that we've had over the past few weeks. First, our grandson Carter James was baptized, and look at that baby praying over the holy water.
And of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
And here we are with our daughter and son-in-law and 5 of our beautiful grandbabies and our youngest daughter, Kennedy, over on the right. And then our beautiful niece, Karis Gracie J, graduated from 8th grade and is now officially in high school. Ugh, I do not like that at all. And finally, another beautiful niece, Laura Michelle, just graduated from law school and passed the bar exam on her very first try. So congratulations. Wee Wee is so very proud of all of you in a non-boastful way, of course. So I'm plugging another Perky prize, and this time it's from Norma in Orlando. And I think she said she got this at Dollar Tree. But anyway, I'm just going to show you guys how I wrap my presents as I show you the hack that's coming up in a second. But I just always fold the raw edges down. So, of course, you can do this with a box, but I just want to show how it makes your wrapping look so much better when you fold those edges in. So I'm just going to finish wrapping this, and then I added some grosgrain ribbon from the Dollar Tree and tied that in a knot. And then instead of using bows, you can use hair bows and put them on your packages, change them out, and they have an extra Perky prize as part of their gift. So when our grandbabies come over, they want to do 2 things. They want to cook with Pop and craft with Grandma. So I keep a stash of Dollar Tree tablecloths in my linen closet, and I always have these on hand for all kinds of different projects, even when I'm crafting. But I'm going to use one to cover up my table so that if they make a mess or anything spills, it's no worries because it's all plastic and it's going to protect my table. Now, I am coming out with that video that is my craft room makeover, but it's kind of a hard one. But this is now the kids' craft room, and you see I have everything labeled. It's really super cute, but it's just really emotional to get that video done. But I promise I will have it done. A lot of you have been asking. But at the bottom of this particular set of drawers, I've got Dollar Tree projects stuck in here. Every now and then, well, pretty much every time I go to Dollar Tree, I'll just pick up a few more. I usually get 3, and that was for Carson, Cadence, and for my niece Karis. But now that she's in high school, I don't know if she's going to be too interested in doing crafts with the kids. So Connor's getting older, and so he can start working with them. But this is for everyone. This is such a fun idea. So I'm going to take some of these projects and let them figure out which ones they want to use. Now, another hack is to use a toothbrush holder. This is a sure way to keep those spills from happening when you're putting your paint brushes in the water. It happens a lot where the cup spills over and paint gets everywhere. So this helps it and maybe won't come out so quickly or as much. And this is also good for me too. So I'll be starting to use this in my craft room as well. So you can see here, they're just having a good time. We actually just set this up for this video, but here's a project that Cadence made a while back. And I found that using these dog clippers, the nail clippers, somebody else had done this or uses this. So I just picked that up and I keep that in my dowel bin now. So I can cut those, but the kids also can cut little pieces of wood for projects like this. So you saw earlier that we're trying to redo the garage, and so Michael J put all of my scrap wood outside. I don't know why it's my scrap wood. I guess it's his too. But I came out here looking for a little piece of 1x4 from some other projects. I finally found that one that would probably work. I mean, any of these would have worked, but for our project, this is what I'm going to be using. So I took a book and I'm going to measure about the distance or the length of it and then cut this piece of wood down using my miter saw. And so if you don't have a miter saw, you can also just use a hacksaw or what are those ones, you know, with the miter box and all that, whatever that's called. But thankfully I have this, so it makes it super easy and goes quickly. But I'm just going to take my brad nailer and put those 2 pieces at the ends and attach them. And I put it on the highest pressure setting so that it would really go down in there and keep this together. And then I'm going to take my white chalk paint and paint this up, and then using some water from my little spray bottle, which used to have glass cleaner in it, you know, for your reading glasses or your looking glasses. Anyway, I'm going to do, I guess, what I would call the lazy girl's way of whitewashing. I put the paint on there and then got it wet and then rubbed it off. And here's where we used those pads from earlier. This is the project that I'm using it on, because what I want to do is be able to use my side table, but if I have my Bible and any books on there, I don't want to set anything on top of that. So this way I can put my decor or whatever over the books, but still be able to pull the books out and not have to move everything around. Anyway, super useful, super easy, and I hope you guys liked it. I hope you enjoyed all of these projects, and if you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, comment, let me know what you think. If you're not already, I hope you'll consider hitting that subscribe button down below, as well as the little bell right next to it, so that you can be notified every time I upload a brand new video. I hope everyone has a blessed day, and remember to always be the light. Bye!